voices in her head.
Oh hey there creeps, how's it hanging? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you the 5th look in our 13 Days of Halloween series with Reagan from The Exorcist. This is a look I've been wanting to do for a while, so I'm finally glad I got around to it. If you are new here, go ahead and subscribe and become part of our creep family. We do really spooky stuff here. Also be sure to like, comment, and share this video if you enjoy it. It would really help me out and I would appreciate it. Thank you. But without further ado, if you would like to see how I created this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off with this wig cap, contacts, and super sexy pajamas. Taking a glue stick, I am going ahead and putting a bunch on my eyebrows to block them out, using a spoolie to brush the hairs upwards and flat against my head, and then put about 5 to 6 more layers of that on there. Once that has dried down completely, I am then setting it with some translucent setting powder, and then putting a thick concealer like the Tarte Shape Tape here, and then blending it in with my finger. I'm putting some more setting powder over top of that, and then going in with my favorite product in the world, Scar Wax. We're going to be using the Scar Wax to create our cuts, so I'm first putting some Prozade down in the areas that we're going to be putting the Scar Wax. Make sure to have Vaseline on hand, as you need this to be able to manipulate the Scar Wax, otherwise it will stick to your fingers and you will hate your life. So I'm just putting that down over the tacky Prozade and then blending it out with my fingers and the edge of the spatula. And once that's blended into my skin a decent amount, I'm then going in and using the sharp end of the spatula to create the little cuts on my face. So once you're ready, go ahead and continue this process all around the rest of your face wherever the cuts are going to be. So as usual, make sure to grab a good reference photo so you can get this look as accurate as possible. When you're done, go ahead and set all of that with some translucent setting powder. This will help take away the shininess from the Vaseline. I'm then going in with foundation, just placing this all over my face, blending it in with the sponge to start blending in that Scar Wax and all of that with our actual skin. I'm then going in with my alcohol activated face paints and using the lightest shade in this palette. I'm stippling this all over my face, creating a very uneven texture, but I want to kind of have more of that like dead, sickly look, if you know what I mean. I'm then going to go and prep my eyelids with some eyeshadow primer, and then grab a brown eyeshadow palette. I'm just kind of taking a medium brown shade and just blowing this all over my upper and lower lid, making it really messy and just blown out. Then grabbing a slightly darker brown shade, I'm placing this kind of in the crease and then pulling upwards to kind of create these little lines. Then blending that all out with a big brush, putting a little bit more of that dark brown underneath my lower lash line, and then placing some black on the inner corners of my eyes to make them a little deeper and more recessed. Then we got to get rid of the color on our lips, so we're going back in with that alcohol activated face paint color that we did all over our face. We're going to be putting this all over our lips and then placing some dark brown eyeshadow in the center to kind of accentuate those grody, cracked lips. Then going in and grabbing an indigo color for an eyeshadow and then placing this under my eyes to start creating these kind of eye bags. You know, since we're possessed and all, we don't really get much sleep nowadays. I'm then taking this blue and red color in my alcohol activated face paints and using a stippling sponge to stipple both of these colors just around my face. Again, look at your reference picture to see where these kinds of colors would be best suited. They do start to kind of create a little bit of a bruising effect, as well as just like an uneven, sickly skin texture. But yeah, go ahead and just continue layering on those colors until you get the result that you like. Then I'm going in with the dark red color in my alcohol face paints and using this to put it inside of all of my cuts to start bringing them to life. So go ahead and do this all around the face. Then I'm going in with this super fun product called Zombie Guts, And basically what it is, it just comes in these little pouches. And you go ahead and you can put this in, if you're like making a zombie, you can put it in the wounds and it makes it all goopy and gross. In this case, we're going to use it to create our vomit. So I'm placing this directly onto my mouth, letting it drip down. I'm starting to notice that very quickly that it was kind of hard to control. So I decided to put it in a container and apply it with a brush. So I'm actually mixing in a little bit of brown eyeshadow into this mixture, and you can see here it creates a darker green, more of that pea soup green that we're looking for anyway. So I'm using my spatula to place this onto my mouth, letting it drip down. Try not to get it inside of your mouth, it tastes nasty. The thing to know with this product though is that it will not dry down. It will stay goopy and wet and runny till the end of time basically. So don't expect this to dry down, which is why I'm also kind of just like pushing it into the skin and not just letting it freely fall around my face completely, just to give it a little bit of direction. So because of this, I also decided to go in with my alcohol face paints again, and using the olive green color in this palette, I'm stippling this down my throat and around my mouth just to get more color payoff that isn't going to move and run down everywhere. So I'm just pushing this down, placing it on my skin and blending it in with the zombie guts a little bit until I'm happy with it. Make sure to get all this goopy mess all over the front of your beautiful nightgown as well. And then that's it, you guys. You are now Reagan from The Exorcist. I decided to undergo an eye contact change here. As you can see, the green eyes were just not cutting it for me. These were way spookier. But alas, thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope you liked it. Have a wonderful and spooky day, and I will catch you in the next video. Mwah!